So I was having a little bit of trouble. Oh my god, my screen was so dirty. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do something about it. And I did. So I ended up getting this product in front of me. Guys, this is good. You should use it too. It's called iClean. So basically you can catch it anyway, just Google it, look for it. And Amazon if you need to. But yeah, iClean. Well, I did that little iClean part. Kind of looks nice. But yeah, it's this product basically. Yeah, so screen was dirty. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have to do something about it. Look, washes everything. Comes with a little cloth, and it's got that little bottle in there. It's got the magic stuff in there. So I thought, you know what? This is a little needed. I clean. All right, cool. So as you can see, I'm gonna delete that and that, and we're gonna start here. Something more familiar. So yeah, as Christmas is approaching, as Christmas is coming, I know a lot of people are actually coding and doing email marketing campaigns at the moment, trying to reach out to their customer base, to their database, to their people, and trying to communicate a message about Christmas. So essentially what you want to do is you want to have a designer layout that's obviously got some call to actions in there. So what do I mean by call to actions? Well, something like if I do a new layer and then brush tool, so something like these little things, and as you can see the color is right different. So yeah, all these buttons, if I can draw, so yeah, all these buttons basically they're a call to action. So obviously they're important to your success. What you want to do is, let me give you a little tip. What you want to do is make sure that you are sending a message to people that allows them to see your message and click and go to your landing page. So your landing pages could be your website. Your website is where you've got extra things, like maybe you want them to engage in a transaction, or maybe you want them to read your blog, or it could be a link to watching your video on YouTube. So it could be you want them to read the message and be so interested enough to click the call to actions. All right, you just don't want to send emails where people just read the information and that's it, right? You want people to actually engage with the content and be like, ooh, that's interesting. I've got like 23 days to go, and then with that, and then you can be like, okay, cool, I got definitely to click the button now. So as you can see, we've got nice little design up top. Very nice. Bells and all that, and all these bowls falling, so it's a beautiful design. And we've got a nice title here. Very nice. We've got this nice little section here. We've got this nice little section here, which is quite nice and simple. You got, if I zoom in, you've got this title bit here, and then you got this price bit here, and then you got the button. Okay, so nice little thing going on in there. And also you have your image of your nice petals, your nice pets right here. So this is nice. Don't it look cute with the little outfit? Yeah. Okay, so yeah, that looks great. Oh wow, look at this guy here. Amazing, right? So you want to get a design that is kind of like making people go like, oh wow, and then when they get in the email, eventually they're gonna be like, okay, that's great. You know what I want to do? I want to click this button. And then when they click the button, you've converted people from just reading your email to actually engaging and going to your website. So yeah, that is what we're gonna be doing today. What do they got up top here? Let's see. Okay, they got a nice little navigation. So they got a nice little navigation system going. Great. And as you can see, they have their logo over there. Great. And they've got like view in browser, and they've got their pre-header text over there. Okay, and then at the bottom of the email, they've got their footer. I do it that way. So they've got their footer, just the line of description, and some housekeeping links like unsubscribe, update your preferences, customer support. So they got all that. Yeah. So we are gonna design and work out what's best here. We're gonna do our best to build this like we always do. So if you're ready, take your notepad, or if you are following along, pause the video, do what you have to do. Just have fun. And if you don't get it, don't worry about it. Just watch it over and over till it sinks in. So I'm gonna speed up this part because I think the video kind of looks cool sometimes when you speed it up. So yeah, we're gonna do that. And 3, 2, 1, let's go. Okay, so great. So obviously you see this window, you know what happens in this window. I literally was exporting all the assets out, right click, export as, and boom, that comes up, and basically just to hit export, and then basically that should save all your assets. That's also explained in previous videos. I'll help you get that process. As you can see here, I've put all my guides, I've sliced out everything, I've cut everything onto its own layers. We had some Elliott doodles in there, just explaining the content. So yeah, I mean, we're at a good place now to actually just jump into Dreamweaver. I got a blank slate waiting for us. So yeah, we're gonna start from scratch. Let me get rid of the guides by hitting Command and some semicolon thing. And yeah, I get rid of them. They can come back as well, so they're not completely gone. But yeah, just so that they don't get in the way, basically. So yeah, we got a nice, beautiful design here. I absolutely love this. It looks great. So we're gonna go into Dreamweaver now and sort of like yeah, just do what we do always. Just start cracking out. So I'm just gonna jump into Dreamweaver now. Oh, something is already there today. Say it starts here. Start here. So yeah, we definitely gonna start from here. We've got the outer table, which is 100%. We got a table nested inside, which is center aligned at 600 pixels. So that's great start. And let's see how we can progress here. So let's go back to Photoshop. Just for a quick reference where we are. Yeah, so we are going to start by, if I create another layer here, maybe move it to the top, grab the brush tool, make it a bit smaller. So yeah, we're gonna start by this section. So we're gonna create an element that's gonna hold this text, and then to the right of it, we're gonna create that bit there, okay? So that people can actually click, if they're viewing on a desktop, they can click this link and it'll pop up in the browser where they can view the image with, the email with all the images and stuff. So that's what we're gonna do. So that's our step 1, okay? If you like to call it that. So let's do that. Put the pen down and jump into Dreamweaver. Let's do this. So in here, let's see what we can actually do. Yep, I'm gonna nest. So yeah, if I pull this back, I'm gonna do, so yeah, I thought it would be easier that way anyway. So I'm gonna call this my pre-header, and then the one underneath that is gonna be the one that's on the right. So yeah, if I do this, you see exactly what I'm doing. This one was the view in browser. Yeah, and then this one is obviously going to be align right. Okay, that pushes it to the right. So we kind of like on a good start. So let me just go back to Photoshop quick. You can see the colors are not white. So if I just do double click this box here, I can just color pick that and copy, and basically I've got the color, which is kind of like a gray. And then to get that color, go into Dreamweaver. And what I'm gonna do is change this white into that color, because that's part of the theme. If I refresh, you can see take effect there. But I also need it to be outside, so I have to come into the media queries where it says BG background color. I have to change it there as well, so that it changes. So you kind of changed. You can rewind 15 seconds to see that change, because it's so subtle, it's difficult to tell if you're really not knowing what I was actually looking for, but it's there. So also I'm going to do something like their pre-header text goes here, something like that. And I'm gonna class this style, and I'm gonna give it a class. What am I doing? I'm gonna style and font family, Arial, so that text is not bold. I actually like that look. View in browser, yeah, I like it bold like that. Might leave it like that, who knows. So font family Arial. Okay, what else do we want? Okay, I'm gonna do font size. Font size is something like 14 pixels, and line height of 20. All right, how about that? I think we're good for now. Let's see, I can copy this and paste that here. Then that changes that. So in order to keep this, just do that. And then what are we gonna do here? Let's see. So this has got to be a link. So I'm gonna do link. And then okay, blank. Then it changes to blue. So we have to do a style tag. Okay, so we're gonna do style tag of color, whatever the color is. I'm just gonna do inherit. And then I'm gonna do text decoration none, so that it doesn't get the underline. Unless you want it to underline, you can have it. Okay, I'm tired of seeing it as bold, so font family Arial. Just shows you how easy it is to change stuff, and if you wanted to underline it, just do underline, just like that. All right, and let's see, back to Photoshop. So you might notice something if I zoom in. You see there's a bit of gap here. There's a gap. Oh gosh, the color's changed. Get orange. So there's a gap here and here. You see this gap? You see that gap, which is separating the text from the top, and also we got a little gap here. Wow. Okay. And then we got a little gap here. Okay. So we need to achieve those gaps, right? So visually looking at it, I could say 20 pixels. So let's try to achieve that. Let's go into Dreamweaver. Get that little push from the top and bottom. I can do it on here. I'll do style, padding, top would be 20 pixels, and I'll do padding. Ooh, 20 is a lot actually. Okay, let's just do 10. Yeah, 10 is all right. And then I could do padding bottom, 10 pixels as well, separated from the element that's coming after that. So we're in a good place. It's looking groovy, nice. I love it. All right. So next up is it's touching the edge. Depends if you want that. Let's see. Photoshop. Well, here's where you kind of get pixel crazy and stuff, pixel perfect, whatever you want to call it. So here and here, okay, there's that little push from the edge. So it's not really like the view in browser is not really like touching this bit here. The view in browser is like shifted a little bit, you know, in. So let's do that. Go into Dreamweaver, and yeah, here it's just touching against the very edge. So instead of giving this one 100%, I'm gonna give it some like 95%, and then I'm gonna do align center, and so that kind of pushes it. You see that jumped. I've got that little gap now here. Okay, so moving on. Go back to Photoshop. We are now working on this part. Let's see if I delete this, create a new layer, and okay, the brush tool is gone, very small. So now we're working on this bit here. Okay, so this bit is obviously interestingly complex in its own way. We've got this image, which is the logo, and to the side of the image we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 elements that we need to factor in. So let's do that. Then Dreamweaver, and underneath this section, okay, right, we got this, and we've got to do this, just nest in a table, and we are going to skip the align center for now, probably will do. And in here is going to be the image for the logo, so let's start with that. IMG, get the logo image. The file path is off screen. There you go. Sorry about that. There you go. So we got the logo in there. What else do we need to do? Okay, so we got this one, and then under that one we're gonna add another TD, and in this TD I'm gonna nest a table, and then I'm gonna give it maybe 90%. You know what? Let's just stick to 100% for now. But what I need to do is figure out the pixels for this logo. So this logo is 112. I'm gonna give this a width of 100 and say 20 for now. We'll figure it out as we go, don't worry. And so in here is where I'm gonna add my links. Home. I think that one, I can't remember. Okay, accessories. Okay. Hot deals. Okay. I'm just making this up. And we're gonna do new. All right, so there goes our 4 elements in there. They look nothing like what we've just come from. Wow. Anyway, let's close this off. Right, so we got that going in there. So the first thing, obviously, I'm gonna need to color pick this. I'm gonna need to color pick this color. So I'm gonna get the eyedropper thing, and I'm gonna color pick here, copy, and that's it. Go back to Photoshop. Oh, sorry, go back to Dreamweaver, and I am going to look at what I have so far and say in here, I'm gonna do BG color of that color that we just copied from Photoshop. Wow, that actually looks amazing. That looks, yeah. Okay, so we are going to copy this. Oh, it's not much, but we just copy it rather than me having to redo it then. So we got that in there. What else do I need? Well, okay, that's cool. That's cool. Honestly, that's enough. I'm just gonna paste this across, paste this across, paste this across. So for this to sit properly, I need to think here. 120, and then we got, okay, let me work out the maths in Photoshop. Okay, so what was really happening here? Okay, so I have to factor in this gap, and the color changed to another color. Okay, so I have to factor in this gap here. Okay, and then I have to also factor in this gap here. Okay, and well, on top of that, oh, I like that purple. Okay, let's get the purple. And then on top of that, there's this massive push separation between the logo and the actual links. And then on top of that, well, let's get another color. Let's go a little bit red. Okay, and then on top of that, we've got the spacings between the actual elements, like the actual links. See that space in there? And also the space in here. All the spacing. So basically, it looks a mess, but color coded, you can tell what I'm trying to say here is we've got to work out this green space to push in this whole section so that it doesn't touch the edge. Next space we have to think about is this space, which is separating the logo from the actual accessory stuff. And then the third space we have to think about is the one that's separating the actual link items. Yeah, great. So let's do that. So, I've just noticed there's a little space here as well that you have to factor in. It's tiny, but it's there. It's this little space that's pushing the logo from the main banner. And also, obviously, it's just sort of like happening on the top as well. So, another little space to consider. So if you want to do very well in terms of mimicking the design, right? I know there's a lot of drawings in there, but work with me here. Work with me. Let's see. So we're gonna start off with the green space. So let's do that. So where are we? Okay, let's just see what 90 looks like, and we're gonna align center. Just refresh. Okay. Yeah, gives us that space there, so that's good. Now we need to work on which space. Let me show you. The purple space, this one, separating the logo from the accessories. Let's go back to Dreamweaver and let's think here for a sec. Right, the logo is 112. And if I need more space, I'm just gonna give space here. Like if I give 200 here, oh, look at that. That is pushing. That's great. That's great. I love it. Really, really love it. Okay, great. So in this case, I can literally go okay, hang on a second, give me a moment here, and then I can do something like on this one, width of 400. Okay, so we've got 204. Oh, actually that would not work because now we're dealing with 90%. So instead of using 90%, I'm gonna use numbers like 500. Let's see. Okay, that's a bit much. 540. Okay, 540 does it for me. And then if you give this one 200, okay, let's see here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is change this 400 into, okay, how about that? Okay, that works. And then what I'm gonna do is actually give a style here. Padding, top and bottom. Let's just do 20 for now. See how that looks. I'm probably gonna change it to 12. Yeah, it's a bit much. Exploded. Yeah, it looks more neat like that. Okay, so I like that. And let's see here. Okay, cool. So where with everything here? 340 class equals. Can get this full. Maybe full 90. Okay, and I'm still working out these bits here. Okay, you know what? So the problem with this is that I need to actually center this logo on mobile. So if I actually do align center now, well, let me not do what I've just done. So I explain what I'm trying to do. So if I give this a class of DWDB, you guys know what this is already. You know. I know you know because it's on the course and it's everywhere. And it's even on the videos on here on YouTube, so yeah. But anyway, so yeah, I got the DW and the DB, okay, in there to control how it's gonna work on mobile. Now, what I'm gonna do is, if I squish this in to make it responsive, okay, it's working. So let's stop about here, which is normal screen size for mobile, around the 320 mark. Okay, so I again, what you can do, if for example you wanted to hide an element on mobile, you can do class hide mobile, and that just gets rid of one of the elements. Or if I didn't want to get rid of it, I can do and just get rid of the class thing. And then hot deals comes back in. I think we want hot deals. Everybody wants to be hot deals. And then so what I'm gonna do is here I'm gonna get you know what, this is what I'm saying. So basically you see how this logo is aligned to the left. Actually, normally I don't even want this view and browser stuff on mobile, so this whole section I can actually hide it by doing what I've just done, plus hide mobile. And I've just hidden the wrong thing. I'm just hidden the whole thing. All right, so I wanted to hide this section, so yeah, so I don't need that on mobile. So this logo is left aligned, okay, and I would want it center aligned. But the problem is, if I on desktop, what I was trying to explain is, if I come in here and say align center, okay, it's gonna move this logo from the left. However, it does what we wanted to do on mobile. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna stay around 300 mark. So it does, click the word new. Yeah, so the logo is centering, great. But now we got a problem on desktop because it's now moving out here and leaving this weird gap, which you don't want. So to fix that, you would need to just think of what the image size is. So the image is 112. So you bang in 112 instead of 200 in here. And then you keep the align center. So on mobile, that's gonna work for us. But now we need to put in a space here that's gonna push this text back to what it was. So you just need to do the maths of saying 112 minus the 200, which should leave you with something like what? 88. So if you were to click here and just let's see, and not breaking space. Okay, that's what actually that means, non-breaking space, NBSP, if you didn't know. All right, and we're gonna give a width here 88. I think my maths is improving on these, doing these tutorials, because sometimes I have to do mental maths and not use a calculator, and you know, I think it's getting better, you know, just saying. But yeah, you can see that 88 we took out so instead of putting 200 here, we just, you know, did the maths, and you know, and then with this I'm gonna give it a height, because I've noticed the mobile I want to separate the, okay, before I put the height, let me show you what's happening. I'm gonna do class to make it responsive of DWDB, otherwise if I don't do that, that's gonna break the layout and it won't be responsive. So if I squish it in again, wow, well, it's so, you see this blue outline, right? Let me take it out. If I cut it out, you can see the logo is touching the links. So instead of having that happen, if I paste back what I just took out, then that happens. But you can see it's a big gap. I would probably just want 10 pixels there, so I'm gonna do a height of 10 pixels. Okay, and that's a bit better, but then on top of that I could do style, font size 10 pixels, okay, and then line height as well, could do 10 pixels. Okay, I really do think this video is gonna be very long, because today I'm breaking it down, but I think I'm gonna have to cut it into part A, part B. If it goes over like, yeah, certain time frame, I'm gonna have to like do that part A, part B thing. Yeah, but I'll upload it same time, so you don't have to wait around. Okay, so all right, we looking very good. Actually, look at that. That is so beautiful. And this is what I always try to tell you. Think ahead of the game. Think ahead a few steps ahead. You know, you've received a design that is desktop, but you can sort of map out in your mindset to say, okay, I'm gonna do this on mobile. You know, so that's how you should think when you're actually building or when you receive a design. So yeah, we're back to the desktop look anyway. And what's next? Let's go back into Photoshop. Oh wow, we're here now. So let me put another layer. So if I show you where we are literally doing the favorite bit, which is this bit here. Oh, look at that. This image, which has been beautifully designed, just looks great. Just looks like you just look at it and you'd be like, yep, I'm buying whatever you're selling. I'm kidding, guys, but you get it. You gotta like design stuff that makes people wanna feel like doing something, you know, like they see something and they're like, "Ooh, I'm gonna take action here. This looks cool." So without talking the merch, I'm gonna add in this. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do here. Nest or non-nest? Let's see. If I go back to Photoshop, well, I don't really have to nest. I'm just gonna plunk in the image and do this bit here as its own section. I don't have to. Okay, cool. All right, so we're gonna come in here, push with the tab key so that it lines up, and I'm gonna do IMG for the image tag. And off screen, unfortunately, I have a file path, which I obviously cut off on Photoshop. And yeah, that's the file path for the image. If I refresh, let's see what the dimensions are. Ooh, okay. The dimensions are already 600. So that's good. So yeah, there you go. You got nice little look going on there. I think we're done. Tutorial over. Just looks on point. So let's do something about it. We just do style, display. I think my neighbor's fixing something because I can hear them knocking. Probably building something in their house. Let's see. It's a display block, border none. Okay. In a minute, I'm sure you're gonna be hearing some drilling, like, you know what I'm saying? And I'll just be like, you know what? I think I should go and help. Right, so display block border none. What else we need is, I think we need something else. Oh yeah, we need a class, because if I actually was to make this responsive now, let me show you what's gonna happen. It's gonna break. So this is what you call a broken email layout. It's like, oh man, it's not being responsive. But if I come in here and put a class image, which is a class that I've created, you can see that it's now fluid. So on mobile, it's gonna look pretty cool. One thing you can do on your links, which is a neat touch, is here, say for example, all right, let's just get rid of this thing here. So you can see it makes it bold. And if I go into Photoshop and color pick like some sort of orange, just so that you see the possibilities. You can say color, and after you do color, you can put £sign and paste. Say color. So you can see what that does. So that kind of makes it hot, like maybe that's the, just gives it more attention. Say, oh, okay, home. Or you can make an underline on home. Okay, you do stuff. Just gives you a few options, I guess. but we're gonna leave it at that, and we're gonna carry on down. So TR. And also remember, like, you can put comments around your stuff. So if I wanted to put comments so that in future I know what certain stuff is, I can say banner image starts here, you know, and then I kind of know, oh, okay, that's where the banner image, and I can come here and just paste that and say banner image ends here, boom, you know. So that code is not affecting anything. It's just like a note to yourself. So you can do things like that as well. All right. So let's go back into Photoshop. So now we are working on, let's see. So we're working on this one, which is this text. And then underneath the text, we're gonna kind of need to add in that. And then underneath that, we're gonna need to add in these 3 things. Although, in honesty, these 3 elements are kind of like an image. Because if it's a countdown time, I was showing you on this channel how to add countdown timers, you know. So you just stick a countdown timer and it acts like a GIF. Ooh, I messed that up. It acts like a GIF. So it just is ticking down the seconds basically. Okay. Matter of fact, let me quickly get a countdown timer.